Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. You want to come on in, grab something, have a seat at the table? Let's hang out for a little bit. Oh shoot, I didn't flip my camera. Hang on. I never can remember where, but I want to flip it today because I want you to be able to see. There we go. See things straight because there's things with words. Lots of things with words today. So come on in. Come on in. This is a little sneak peek of something I'm going to show you a little bit later and talk about. Hey, Kendra, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Do you see it? Do you see it? So the question that we're going to start out with today is, do you have, hey, Carol, a Holy Grail list that you have in your mind or written down somewhere? Hello, hello, everything is good, good, good. Good morning, Christina. Do you have a Holy Grail list of things that you shop for? And if you do you want to share it? And how many of those things have you found? Hey, Kathy, how many things of those have you found in your lifetime of thrifting? Now, I have always been a thrifter. I started collecting, I was more specific when I was younger. But in college, I fell in love with antique watches. It's raining. It's not raining here, but it is sprinkling. It's so foggy. It's so foggy. I feel like we're in London, you know, the pictures you see of London. Hey, Dolores, how many of those Holy Grail items have you found in your lifetime of thrifting? I've been thrifting for probably faithfully about 35 years. Hey, Carol, good morning to you. And so those Holy Grail items, when you find them, are the funnest thing in the world. Hello, bonjour to you. Be nice. Be nice while you're here. We'd love to have you. There are 32. Oh, Carol, that's when it's scary and foggy. Hey, Becky, how are you, friend? So, Holy Grail items. I know I have two, I may have three, but the third one just escaped my mind, so I may only get to confess two of them to you. And I found one of them this week. And you look for stuff your granny had and you found a few. Yeah. Hey, Debbie Zerger Fritz, how are you this morning? I'm doing good. Good morning, Grace. We're talking about shopping finds or thrifting finds or secondhand store finds. I want to know if you guys have Holy Grail items and maybe what they are. You know, maybe some of us have one in our stash and we would share it with you and you could fill one of your thrifting bucket lists. Hey, Missy, dinner last night was yummy, but I was so hot after I cooked it, watches and buttons. Okay, Christina, that I didn't eat it for probably about 45 minutes. It is hot. Good morning, Sharon. Drive safely. Hey, Jane. Good morning to you. Hello, hello. Anything you can use in your crafts. So tell me, you guys, maybe it's just me. Do you have specific things? There are very few items that I will pay full price for, even in an antique store or something. I will see something and if it's not just really cheap or the booth isn't on discount, I'll walk by. There are two items that if I find them, I buy them. I don't care what they cost. Do you have any of that? Flower field books. Oh, Debbie, that's beautiful. Those are beautiful. Do you have those or is it just me? Hey, Maureen. Hey, Maureen. Good morning, guys. Good morning, other Cheryl. How is it in California this morning? How is it? Well, I'll just tell you one of my Holy Grail items because I found one and we'll put it somewhere safer while we're here. And I will tell you exactly. So I'm drinking from it. Poetry books, Debbie Fritz. I'm drinking from it. This is one of my Holy Grail items. And here's its partner. Here it is. I call these coffee buckets. They were, that one's got a piece of onion skin because I had it on my counter cleaning it up. These were from the early 60s. This one is a 1961 model. They were made They were made, I don't even know. This is Japan, and it's Lego. Not the Lego Brick Company, I don't think, but that's what it's called. This still has the stickers on it. So they look like a fine china cup, right? They're thin. They have the gold rim. They have the print. They have the beautiful flowers. They look like a dainty teacup, but these are about capacity because I don't drink a little bit of coffee. You guys know that I drink a lot of coffee. So I love a big cup that looks like a dainty grandma's teacup. I found out about these at the Little House on the Prairie Museum in Mansfield, Missouri, where Laura Ingalls Wilder lived and wrote her books. And her daughter collected these from around the world. And I have fallen in love with them. Hey, Peggy, I have only found about 6 in my lifetime, and these are the most pristine. Somebody bought these in 1961, and they went up on a shelf, and they were never, ever used. You collected Shelley teacups for years. I love that. So this is one of my holy grail items. I turned the corner in a booth at an antique mall yesterday, and both of them were seated side by side. There was a discount on the booth, and I didn't care what they cost. These were coming home with me. So this is one of my holy grail items, and I got not one. I've never had a match set. I've never had the mother-father set where I had them both. Good morning, Diane. Never. And most of the ones I have, the father one still exists because he wasn't going to use the dainty cup, and the mother one would get broken and there would just be a father one. So the ones I found that have the name on them, I only have the father ones. And a lot of them didn't have the name. They have all different patterns because they matched your pretty china. Good morning, Betty. So now I'm going to take this and very gently scoot this one off. One time I found one and I dropped it out of my car and broke it. It was a sad, sad day. You've been to Baker Creek? I have been to Baker Creek several times. Yeah, we live not very far. And this one I'm using, so I'm going to sit it right here. So dinner was great, Maureen. I wish you could have been here. I still have leftovers. Only a couple of biscuits, though. It's a good thing I made a double batch, for sure. For sure. It has to be functional. Oh, see, that's it. That's why the father cups are around, because, you know, my husband would not be thrilled about drinking his coffee off of this. But Mama would have been, and so her cup got used up, broken, misplaced, but the Papa cups would remain. Okay, I am surrounded by treasure right here. So I'm just going to, I don't even know, I'm just going to open bags and show you, because you can't see it, but it's here, and it's here, and it's here, and it's here, and it's on the floor behind me. So I've been shopping, you guys. And so let's just do it a shopping trip at a time. This came from one of my favorite thrift stores in the area. So I have really been wanting, oh, this is an estate sale. Sorry, this is an estate sale find. You remember the other day I told you about the swimming pool book that I almost bought until I looked at the picture and realized that they weren't clothed. This is that sale. But they did have this whole bag of these little aluminum molds. And I really, really, really want to make some things out of these guys, because, you know, I'm all about the kitchen. So why would I not find a way to use some of these, right? A cousin of mine sent me some that were in my grandmother's kitchen, and I wanted to make some. I'm going to show you the Big Ten box. You love them for candles. That's a great idea. Or candies, which I think candles. I love that. So there's all kinds of assorted ones. This one's a little straighter up than these. I would really, the ones that were in my grandmother's kitchen are these. They look like bunt pans. So this I got at the sale, but these are the same pattern that are my grandmother's. And I wanted to make some little Christmas ornaments and with them and give them to the kids, and I didn't get it. A big light fixture. These would be great covers with like little LED lights. Yeah, I think they would be. And then it had this pattern, which looks like a daisy flower to me. There's just 3 of them. It has this one, and these are deeper, a couple inches maybe. And then there was a whole bag, a lot. These we could use now, they're hearts, or a bunch of them are, of these little bitty tiny ones. It's not a heart, that's a triangle. It could be a heart. If we tell it it's a heart, it'll be a heart, right? So there's this one, and these are shallower and much smaller. But, so I got these, okay? And I don't know, what are we gonna do with them? If anybody's got a great idea, or if you've used these, I would love to pick your brain. So share your ideas with me. So the rule is, after today, that whatever I get out here, yes, be watchful of the trolls. We talk about it every time. Mama P is done with the trolls. Ignore them, boot them, block them. I can't do it while we're on live, and I'm not going to give them any more of my time. Kick them, boot them. I know. I am so sorry. Where do they get there? How do they do it? You know, these belong to some family that the kids didn't appreciate them. Sorry about the trolls. I can't control them. I wish I could. A wreath would be really cute, Capri. That's a great idea. And then I did get a couple of books there. This is a Latin lesson book. So thank you, Lori. You're so good at doing that. So this is a sweet book. Bells are wind chimes. Wind chimes. I love that idea. So this is a Latin book. So it has English and Latin in it. It has a beautiful thing. And let's see if I can find the date. You know, you can't always. 1913. So a 1913 book that is in Latin. Look at this thing. Like, I needed another hymnal, you guys. Popular Hymns #2. And it is so ratty that I just absolutely love it. And this is what it looks like inside. So, of course, I had to have it. Can somebody get rid of that comment that keeps coming? Trust me, Facebook's going to kick me off in 12 hours, according to the troll messages I keep getting. So, you know, here we go. And then they had some beautiful old photos, and I got a few of those. I just love these folders. I'm a sucker for the folder. Look at this one. Look at this one. Hey, Joe, how are you this morning? We got this one. You know, I love the old photos. I can't make a book without a genuine old photo. I can't. They're going to be on there. Look at this one. You very rarely see this, that there is a man holding a child. Very, very rare. And that he's an older dad or he's a pawpaw. We can make him either one because it's up to us. And it says their name is 1917. It's dated on the back. Hey, Sherry. I love group photos too, and they're kind of hard to come by. So there's a big family. Here's another family group sitting on the old porch. That one doesn't have any names on it, and neither does this one. But anyway, so these old photos. Do not open any messages that you receive from anybody during my lives, you guys. That is it. And my viewer numbers are sky high, and I wish it was you guys, but it's not. It's just not. So part of it, you're glad that you have attracted enough attention that those jerks want to hang out with you, and the other part is just heartbreaking and frustrating. Okay. So there's a stack. Now the rule is, if I show it to you, I have to put it away when we're done. So that's my commitment here. I just got these yesterday. This is part of my find yesterday. These came from 2 different antique malls in Kansas City. So this is the Silver Star. And isn't that gorgeous? I mean, look at this. It's a good hardcover. This is the back. And it is music. Can you see that? Look at the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful type print in here. All right. And I just love this. It's music. It had a little bit of text in the front. Isn't it a gorgeous cover, Capri? It absolutely is. So it has some music lessons, like the elementary department, chromatic. But look at this. You see, look at this. Okay, so let's see if we can find a date in it. I don't look. I buy them when I absolutely love them. 1894. 1894 is the copyright on the Silver Star. Look at this. Oh my gosh, you guys, the rattier the better. Isn't that true? Isn't that just true? Look at the spine on this one. This is my favorite. I will just tell you guys, hey Cindy, my favorite is the embossing. If they have an embossed spine or an embossed cover, I'm absolutely already in love with it. And this one is so worn, I don't know what. This is McGuffey's 5th Eclectic Reader. Do you guys have McGuffey reader books? I love McGuffey reader books. They are so cool. They were kids reading books from school. And this one has lost the very front page, so it does not have the date in it. That doesn't bother me, but I wish it did so we could see it. But that's what the type looks like. So these would have been school issue books, and they were always used up. But McGuffey readers are really, really, really cool. Okay. This one has folded over, and this is an English to Dutch dictionary. An English to Dutch dictionary. It was Ruth's, and English Pocket Dictionary. Both parts in one volume, and I don't see a date in it either. So that's what this is. So this is an English to Dutch and a Dutch to English. Hey, Gail, dictionary, and it's a little one. You guys know I love a little book. This is a little one. And I won't do a thing with this unless I decide to use the book with the spine intact. If I take it apart, you know I'm going to. I will use this and make a tag or a bookmark. Hey, Wayne, good morning to you, my friend. I'm doing confession today. This is my shopping confession of the last few days. So if you like good old vintage stuff, here you go. So we're looking at it. And we're ignoring the trolls that are invading us today. This is an old engineer's time book from the railroad. It is 1963 and 64. It is blank, but I love, 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 love the pages. And I actually love this rag paper, I think is what they called it. It is firm enough to turn around and reuse, but this is blank, brand new, a little engineer's time book. Okay. I bought playing cards. One thing I swore I was done buying was playing cards, right? Trolls are everywhere lately. They need a life. They do. I wish we had control over them. We just don't. I know, Gail, everything gets younger all the time, right? But look at these fun playing cards. Aren't they delightful? Now, these are different. I've never had any playing cards like this. So I'm like, hey, I don't need any more playing cards. But wait, I never, ever had playing cards like this. So it's one of the double deck sets. And it's in the case, and it's taped up. I'm not going to untape it, but there's the covers, and there's the faces. And I got a few postcards. Guys, I wanted some Kansas City postcards, and I want to use them in the Journals on a Journey. And can you believe that I have been hunting all over? I live in Kansas City, and I couldn't find Kansas City postcards, but I found some. So I bought several vintage Kansas City postcards to use as ephemera in the Journals on a Journey books. This one is not Kansas City. I just thought it was beautiful. You know, why not, right? Just grab an old vintage. Some of them are dated. This one is 1909. Somebody actually mailed this one. Somebody mailed this one in 1947. This is one of the buildings downtown. So I got just a few. And I also found an old Missouri tourism book, and it has all things Missouri, the state bird, the state flower, and then there are pictures from different cities, and I will be able to use this in the Journals on a Journey to add just a few Missouri touches to the signatures I made. Good morning, Marcia. Good morning. So all kinds of great things. Wait a minute, I gotta look. Oh, that's Shepherd of the Hills. How fun is that? So I got this, and I got these, and I'm going to tuck these together because they need to go in a separate pile and they don't get hidden from the, when I get to open my Journal on a Journey, which is here and sitting over there, right there in its box. Oh, Karen. Yeah, it makes me accountable to somebody, right? So my Journal on a Journey has journeyed to me, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to get in there. I thought about that. I wanted to go to one of the tourism shops, and I didn't get to one of them. And then when I was in the antique place, I mean, there were dealers at this thing that had thousands of postcards. I've never seen so many postcards. Okay, this came from a church rummage sale. This particular bag did yesterday. I love a good church rummage sale. They are the best sourcing events near me. And I told you I live in Kansas City, the home of Hallmark. So there is a set of Hallmark stationery. I don't think I can get you an accurate picture. This is the palest blue-gray, beautiful, it's the see-through-ish onion skinny paper that I love so much. And it is complete. It has the envelopes. Hey, my friend Jenny, I appreciate her. Thank you for coming over. So a set of Hallmark stationery. Where am I going to stack all this, guys? My table's only so big. And this is something I've never seen. And I'll tell you, it's 50 cents. I try to take the price tags off. These are continuous feed computer envelopes. Yes, onion skin. Thank you. So remember back in the old days when we didn't have these printers in our homes usually, but the paper was hole perforated and it fed through. This is envelopes, big ones. This is big. I do have a ruler. Probably says they're 4 1/8 by 9, big envelopes, but they're on that continuous feed thing. And so I want to see what we can do with these or what they are. So I haven't even opened them, but you know, I bought them. I bought them. I got another package of my beautiful business papers. You guys know that I'm always shopping for business papers, and there were a lot of them at this church. So this is just a beautiful white business paper. It's called White Laid paper, 24 pounds, inkjet paper to be used for resumes. It's 25% cotton fiber. These are my preferred papers. You worked with those printers for years, Debbie. Did you ever run envelopes through them? I never saw envelopes. I've seen the paper. Every once in a while, you find a whole box of that paper that somebody had. So this is the white. This is my preferred journal making paper. Given an option, my journals for my paper will always have business grade papers in it. That's what I like. So there's that one. There were 2 at the same sale, just columnar pads. So, blank old ledger sheets that they use somewhere. I believe both of them are completely blank. Yep, not a thing written in them, but a good old vintage columnar pad. And one more. This is called an analysis pad. I don't know if you've ever seen this one, but it's the same. It's ledger paper. It's just ledger paper. It's vintage. It's not ancient. Anyway, I love to use it. I have the hiccups, you guys, because I'm drinking my coffee and talking too fast. You still use them to do your taxes? Really? And here's another package of the resume paper. This is a big box, a much bigger box, and it's ivory in color. So be looking when you're out and about for business grade papers. You won't be sorry if you use that. It is very, very sturdy, holds up great in books. They're from everywhere, Karen. This particular bag came from a churchyard sale I visited yesterday. And I have stuff in front of me from all venues. I think I got it all covered here in front of me. I didn't go to an actual household garage sale, but this church garage sale was a garage sale. Okay, this is not exciting to anybody but me, but I needed some index card dividers. That's, neither here nor there. And then they had these big dividers that hold 5x8 cards, and they had a package of 5x8 cards. Oh yeah. And this came from the church sale, and it's a whole bag of books except for this little bag. And this little bag is my jewelry purchases. They are the best, Terry Jo. So I found all of these beautiful, I love brooches and pins. I love to put them on my journals. So look, this one is really cool. It would almost look like a firework, depending on how it could look like a wing. It could look like a firework. I think that one's really pretty. There were 2 matching ones of these little silver curled things. This one is sweet. So just vintage pins. Look at this one, has rhinestones coming out of the top. Do you see that? It's hard to get any kind of a reflection here. This one lost a little pearl, which doesn't bother me at all. My house kind of looks like Pearl Harbor right now. This one has actually got a ring on the back, so it would have been made to hang like that one's really hard to get a view of. Then there's just a rhinestone circle. This would have been for a scarf. You would have just fed your scarf through. These make great closures. And then this sweet little pearl wreath. So I was able to add some jewelry. The puppy is snoring, Christina. Yeah, she can cut a rug. She can cut a rug. Okay, where are we? Okay, I gotta start making piles somewhere else. I'm gonna get lost. Here's my stack of books from the church yard sale. 2 shorthand manuals, a green and an orange Greg shorthand manual books. These do not smell. You know, you kind of wonder when you, but this is what they look like inside. Okay, I do too, Sherry. I do too. So 2 shorthand manual books. Shorthand books are always awesome for crafting. A little children's letters to God, because Karen, she is a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel, and she has one of the short spaniel noses, and holy moly does she snore. You do, Lori? I do too. So these are children's letters to God, and they're just copied, handwritten letters that little kids did, and some pictures to go with them. I think these will be fun. You need some of them? Well, you know, I got to pay for my habit, so you guys will get a chance. The Practice of the Presence of God. So I was looking for books that, 1, would be fun to craft with, but 2, might be great for finding words that we like. And this is a really good for that, if we were looking for secret messages or just words to use in our crafts. So there's that one. This is something I've never had in my stash. This is a Greek New Testament. Hey, Stephanie. And so it's Greek, y'all. It's Greek to me. Look at that. It's all in Greek. Really? Oh my gosh, we love her. Her name is Millie, and we love her, but that dog snores. My daughter's bedroom is upstairs from us, and she lays on Merritt's floor, which is carpeted, and sleeps, and we can feel the rumble down here when she's upstairs snoring. Okay. This is a Book of Common Prayers. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Book of Common Prayers. They are always a treasure, and I want you to see the beautiful size of the font in this one. So this is the biggest one I've ever found. Usually the ones that I find in the Book of Common Prayers were made to be carried in your pocket, and they were much, much smaller. This is the size of a standard Bible, and so it makes the words really large. So this is really nice. Really nice. Oh, Miret, thank you. She is from Ethiopia. My 3 youngest kids we adopted from Ethiopia, and that was her given name. It means grace in Amharic. And this one is Evangelistic Sermons by Great Evangelists, and I bought it as well, thinking about the words. So this one, the cover's got to go, because that's icky. And look at these. Oh no, they're like Slinkies, you guys. I may never get them separated. There we go. I got 2 vintage whippers. That's what we'll do with those stalkers that keep hanging out on our page, right? The bugs. These will be our bug whackers. I love these kind of whisks. They're great for whipping, and these were at that sale. So I was excited to turn the corner and find them. They're great little whisks. Okay. Staying in the kitchen utensils, I got 3 sets of old wooden salad sets. I want to do something with these. I imagine painting the handles, doing some decoupaging, doing some coating, and they would be pretty decorative. But if I put some really good, now I don't have a vintage kitchen, Karen. I used to, but, well, it's vintage because it's all full of my old stuff, but I don't really have a style in my kitchen except really full. Really full. So I got these 3 big sets, and I want to play with these. I want to paint, I want to decoupage, I want to coat something really cool on the handles, and I either want to make a display with them or I want to use them. As long as we use this part and we decorate this part, we're golden, right? Just don't run it in the dishwasher. Okay, I got to move some things. I'm going to scoot this paper. We've already seen it. I am not going to knock my my bucket list item off the other side of the table. That would make me cry right here in front of y'all. I'm not opposed to crying, by the way. You know, it's a gift. Okay, I have a basket, a box, 3 more bags, and the big metal box, which is right here. And the big metal box is last, I gotta tell you. So this is one of my bucket list thrift items. I talked about it when we first got on. I call it a coffee bucket. I found these this week. They are brand new with the tags on from 1961. And These are one of my things. They look like a beautiful bone china tiny teacup, but they're big. They're big. It's one of my holy grail items when I'm shopping. If you ever find a coffee bucket, send me a picture. The other one is a children's book. I'll tell you while I shift some stuff. And it was my mother's favorite children's book. And it was called The Chirkinduse, or it was published a little bit later and called What Am I? And it was about this little bird born a mixture of all these different animals, Chirkinduse, right? And him trying to find his way in the world. And my mother loved that storybook, and we always had it. She always read it. It fell apart, and I repaired it. And I have searched my entire life for copies of the Chirkinduse, and I have 6. I have 6 children. My goal was to have 6 copies of it. I finally have 6, and I have paid anywhere from 25 cents at a yard sale to $20 for a copy, depending on where I found it. So if you ever find a sweet, I don't have one here. I didn't find one this week in the Holy Grail. I got the coffee buckets, which is a Holy Grail item, but I didn't find the Chirkinduse. That's another item. Send me a picture. Okay, these 2 items came from the church sale as well. They are sewing things. Let's see if I can. This is a funny box. Anyway, this is what they had it in. And when I opened it, it just had a few little sewing notions in it. Nothing overwhelming. A little bag of buttons, which are always just fun. Some thread. A good old tape measure. I love to use these in crafts. A sweet spool of cool thread. I needed these. Look, here's a nice needle for us. It's a yarn needle. I tried to crochet something the other day and didn't have a yarn needle. Couldn't find my yarn needle. Bought one. Found it. A nice threader, a little cutter, an old thimble, one of the world's tiniest screwdrivers in a pretty little gold. Okay, Karen, it's CHURKENDOOSE. And he was part chicken, part duck, part goose. Chirkinduse, something like that. So anyway, I just picked it up because it was cute and fun, and I like old sewing stuff. This thread was 14 cents when it was bought brand new at the TG&Y. Okay, so there's that one. This basket I only opened the top of. Somebody mentioned that they enjoyed the picnic basket. Here it is. Are you just talking about just big cups? I am talking about my holy grail of coffee cups, which are gigantic, pretty teacups. So these are cup and saucer sets. Man, I've had very few, kind of like a turducken, that had the saucer with them. But they look like a fine china cup, but they're big. Stephanie, you love it? I like a good picnic basket. I'll just tell you the truth. I probably wouldn't have bought just the basket because space is of a premium. But this is what it looks like in the basket. And this I would take a chance on. I don't know what's in here. I haven't looked. I didn't look at the sale, and I haven't. This is what I've looked at. So we're going to check it out together. There's a looper and needle threader. I can tell you I need any kind of help I can get in that department. There is an automatic needle threader. I've been wanting to try one of these. You guys ever use one of these? There is a set of needles, different kinds. I just told you I couldn't sew on the buttons on my journal, and my journal sat for 5 days because I couldn't find a sewing needle. Somebody very intelligently told me to put them on a magnet, and I had just showed you the beautiful magnets that one of you guys sent to me before Christmas. Put one of those right to use. Giant bag of safety pins. There's another card full of assorted needles. Here is some sewing machine needles. Now, this is something I use because I sew through those thick fabrics, and I break a lot of sewing needles. Here is a Coats & Clark hand quilting thread, brand new in the package. Oh, wow. Can you see? There's still a basket full of goodies. Oh, this one I'm going to put over here with the fabrics. I put that in there. Okay. This one is just another little bag of assorted sewing goodies that somebody put in there. And I don't know what it is. There's scissors. Now, the next time I say, hey guys, where'd I put my scissors? You can just laugh at me, right? It is another little tiny screwdriver. My daddy had these, and I love these. Do you really? I break a ton of sewing machine needles, and I always wondered if it had anything, if it was my sewing machine or if it was just user error, and it could be either one. But I go through a lot. A little seam ripper and some more sewing machine needles. Another seam ripper. I hate to tell you how many of those I needed when I was a quilter, because I used to say we put the stitches in and we take the stitches out, right? There's a little pair of the little nippy scissors. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's another seam ripper. Well, if we need to take our stitches out, guys, we are covered. Here's 2 more pair of scissors. That is 4 pair of scissors in this bag. And then the 1 pair of little nippers. Here's some more sewing machine needles. There is a razor blade. Do you see that? It's in a little case, and I'm going to try real hard to leave it there. Some old machine oil. You know, it could be the tension. I really will tell you that mine has one of those automatic needle threaders that you can push down, and it always misses the hole in the needle. And I think my needle alignment is just a hair, a skosh. And I think it's just a skosh off center. And then when I get through some bigger fabric, it kind of pushes my needle to the side. And that's what does it. Okay, nail clippers. Yeah, you know, I don't know enough about sewing machines. Look at this, guys. It's a screw on the end. Do you see that? Let's see if I can put my hand behind it. It's not a screwdriver. It looks like an actual screw. Do you use it to make a hole? And then, oh, here's tips for it. It's a screwdriver set. You see that? So it has the little tips. I don't know if it goes with that or not. It's from Walgreens. Walgreens gave out screwdrivers. Well, there you go. All right. So that was in that little bag. Hello, welcome from Georgia. I hope your morning's off to a great start. I am making a huge mess, but I'm home for the day today because I sent my car with my son, so I couldn't leave today. And getting this stuff put away and organized and working here at the house, I'm going to get it done today because I can't leave. You like this screwdriver set? And then there's our, okay. Next is a case of bobbins, and I never have enough bobbins. So there's a few in here, an odd thimble and a button. My sewing machine does use metal bobbins, so that's good. Look at all these needles, you guys. Oh, look, that's a little patch. It's a little strawberry. But here is more threaders and more sewing machine needles. Here's more sewing machine needles. Here's more needles. Girls, I'm going to be thick in needles. I can't lose them. More scissors. We should have a scissor count going. Is that 5 or has there been more? Wasn't this a great basket? Here's some scrapbook scissors. I never had much luck with these. Sherry, I need to do so many things like that. It's not even funny. Here's another pair of nipper scissors. I actually, when I organized my secretary's desk that I've been using to film, I left the top drawer for things like scissors, and I found a whole box full of scissors. Now, I also have a whole box full of scissors in the shed from when I used to teach classes, like a shoebox, you know, case, because you need like 30 pair, because you had that many students. And I also found a huge box of glue guns out there that I used to take and use. Look, I got somebody's plug-in. I don't know what it's, where, got a plug-in. Oh, I love these sweet little short pins. So, and Post-it notes and some more sewing machine needles. Let's turn it around. Look from this side. A calculator. A little thing of buttons, just a very few little buttons in a pill bottle. A few little buttons on a card with a couple of little pins. Here's the thread. We're going to start our thread line up here. Oh, these are all just, these are not like wooden spools. They're collectible, but they are, oh my gosh, what a mess. Yeah, there's a lot in here. Oh, this one's got a needle in it. This is how I store my sewing needles too. Do you guys? I just put it through the thread. And then if I ever just use that color, here's another little tape measure. These are great in your purse. Here's a little foldable scissor. Oh, you guys, this was a big one. Paper glue. Maybe we need to try this and see what it'll stick down. This is one of, did you guys, I had something like this when I was a kid, but it's like a dauber on the bottom. Hey, Jana, how are you? I would try that. Here is some Unique Stitch, sewing with a tube. Some kind of a fabric glue. More thread. Here comes some more. One of those is brand new. There's another razor blade in here. I will be moving a little bit slower. You have that paper glue, Christina? Does it work? Have you used it? Here's a pink. There's some of this elastic that we were all trying to use when we were making masks a few years ago. More needles. Oh, this is a marker thing. Hey, Amanda, good morning. How are you? I am confessing my shopping things that I've done this week. We're about half through. Mercy. I bought a lot of stuff, but it was a great week of sourcing out stuff. So here we go. Another old tape measure. We're just about to the bottom. Here's an X-Acto knife. Set that gently. A little spool of thread. Another marker, a white chalk marker so you can mark your fabric and it doesn't stay. These are some wet wipes or some first aid wipes. An alcohol swab in case I cut myself on the razor blade that's hiding in the bottom of the bag. These are earplugs. We may need those to get over the dog snoring here in a little bit. Okay, that's what it looks like in there. So we just have a few little bits and pieces in there. Oh, I love these. Do you guys have these? So you can pinch and pull things with them. You leveled, so me too, Maureen. So you put them like this and then you grab, is it called a bodkin? Is this called a bodkin? Hey, Susan, thank you so much. And you can use it to turn tubes inside out. So you click this and then you can feed it back down through your thing. Yeah, that was really clear English there that I gave you. Oh, guys, this is, you know what this is? This is wax for your braces. Do your kids have braces? My first 3 kids had braces 4 times between them. And this is the wax that you would put on the things to protect their lips. It probably has a craft application, but I don't know what it is. It looks like a paint can opener. This, I think you could, this has a Phillips head screwdriver on it. I don't think I've ever seen that either. But this is, I think it's called a bodkin. And that's what you use it for, to turn tube fabric things inside out. So you put it up in the tube inside out, you open the little clip, you put the end of your tube in the clip and cinch it up with the little ring here on the side. Can you see that? And then it's pinched in there, and then you can feed it back through. Oh, there you go. See, I did not know that with that brace wax. This would not work as a paint can opener because it's a Phillips head. You know, use a flat head for that. Okay, I'm gonna throw all this back in because I ain't got room on the table to have it all out here still. There you go. Giant plastic paper clip just in case. That's the fun risk you take when you buy baskets of stuff, is because you just don't know what's in there. And that's fun and that's scary. But I'm just throwing it all back in there. I told you, once I open it, I got to organize it. So it's going in for now, but it's coming back out later. And all of it has to find a home somewhere. Mary, wasn't that a lot? That was a lot. So the whole basket and all of the things in it, that was a lot. Okay, what am I going to put back over here with that box? Okay, are you ready to see textiles? You ready to see the textiles I got? Tell me you are. Tell me you are. Oh, there's that nasty sewing machine oil. It's going way over here. Like a safety pin. Yes, I always used a big safety pin to turn my things inside out. A bodkin works the same way. And that one's short. It's only like 5 inches long. They make bodkins that are like a foot long. So if you were doing a really long tube, you could feed it all the way up a really long tube. Easy, easy, easy. Yeah. Are you ready? Okay. We're going to start here with the thing that got out of the bag. I love this piece. So you may or may not get a chance to have this piece. This may just be mine. Look at this sweet apron. I'm going to hold it up against, here's the top piece. It doesn't have a strap up here. And then this is the bottom of it. Good morning, Miss Chris Hunter. I'm confessing to my friends the things I bought in the last week. I have been shopping. I haven't been babysitting, so Mama P's been hitting the road. So isn't this lovely? This is just sweet, 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 sweet. It has the pink trim all around. It seems to have a little mark. I thought I saw a tiny stain, but it doesn't look like it's ever been used. And I honestly don't think it was finished because it does not have the neck strap on it. I love a good old apron. You guys know that. A vintage apron is one of my favorites. And isn't that pretty? It's too pretty to use as an apron. Well, it would make a pretty journal cover, I tell you that. There you go. Isn't that pretty, Chris? It is really lovely. Okay. So That's going there. This was my marketplace find. I told you I sourced every way you can source in the last couple of days. And this was the marketplace arm of my purchases. And I'm going to start with this little box. You have that embroidered piece? Really? Oh my gosh, Peggy. So this is something, it hasn't been on my Holy Grail list, but it has certainly been on my, oh my gosh, I wish I had some of these list. These are vintage rhinestone buttons. They all, there's a little rhinestone loose. I'm going to put it back in the box. They all came off of vintage costumes. Okay, so I'll try to show you a few. Here's one. See that? Some have pearls, like this. Some are little bars. Oh, I know, Mary, these. This one looks like a little eye, shaped like this. They have, their holes are not, yes, see, it has 2 holes, one under each bar. They're a little different in the way they're mounted. This one actually is like a bar clip. It doesn't even have like a buttonhole to it. Are you kidding? In the same pattern as the apron? That is so cool. Aren't these beautiful, guys? I have wanted some vintage rhinestone buttons to use on projects for a long, long, long time. Isn't it pretty, Chris? It's so pretty. I can't get you a really good view. Oh, my son-in-law just pulled into my driveway unexpectedly, guys. So he's coming in with the baby. So we're going to keep going, though, because we're in here. Oh, Peggy, that's awesome. So I got all these vintage rhinestone buttons. These have been on my want list for a long, long time. Look at this one. And so now I have some. Will I share them? I don't know. Some things are hard to share. But I also have made a promise to myself that I'm not going to keep things forever. I'm going to take what I need out of an item and then we're going to let it go. And here's the other part. These are baby dresses. And there was a lot of 7 in this group. So here, this sweet little dress with the embroidery on it. Stack it here with the apron. This sweet little one, tiny bit of stitching at the top. I love these because they're so thin and sheer that the fabric is so much fun to work with. Look at the teeny, teeny, tiny ruching that's up here. And then this one has a little lace bottoms. You know, I don't either, Capri. I shop pretty regularly, but I don't find things like this all the time. This was an exceptional week. Here's a sweet little pink one. Hi, Adeline. And this little pinafore one. Look at this one with the sweet little pink on the front. I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think they'd be up to it. I think these are more for doll use or crafting use. Hi. You want to come say hi to everybody? They've been missing you. I've been getting the Where's Adeline talk. This one. Aren't they sweet, 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 sweet? The tiny, yes, look at the tiny, tiny pink on this one. And all around the bottom. Well, if you want them without them being cut up, you need to send me a message because I cut them up. And there's that one with the pretty collar. And then there were just these little pieces in there. We have a pair of rubber pants. Look at that. They have the snaps and the ties. Then there was this little jacket. It's kind of a light green color with just the tiniest bit of stitching. There's this blue, it's like a gown. There's this beautiful little green jacket here. And look at this sweet little thing to end it up. Isn't that beautiful? Chris, I don't either. Like I said, this was an exceptional time. Okay, these came from one of my favorite thrift stores. Nope, these came from a different antique mall. Sorry, I gotta keep my confession right. Look at this. Yeah, This is one of the most beautiful pieces of cutter quilt I've ever found in my life. Look at this. The double wedding ring, the coloring is perfect, the aging is perfect, and it's a decent size piece. Has it been a time? Holy Grail cup, beautiful old books, gorgeous children's clothes, and quilts, all in 1 week. This doesn't happen. And then there's this one. And these are definitely cutter quilts. As a matter of fact, this one has been cut on already. Quite a bit, but the colors. Yeah. What do we want to make with these guys? Lori just wants some, right? Lori, you just want me to send you some? They are different. This one has a white backer and the other one has a yellow backer. But other than that, they are quite similar. And this one is a much bigger. Aren't they gorgeous? They're the prettiest ones I've ever bought. They are the prettiest quilt pieces I've ever bought. Hey, Miss Allie, good morning to you, sweet friend. I know a lot of work went into them, and we're gonna make them usable again. They're no longer usable as a quilt. So we're gonna turn them into something that we can love and use. I love quilts too. Okay, last bag, but it's a big one. Quick peek. This came from the churchyard sale yesterday. Hi, Adeline's peeking at me. So I got a couple. I love to buy pillow shams. You guys, if you want quilted pieces, pillow shams are your cheapest way to get started with them. So pillow sham. Hi. This is a vintage kitchen tablecloth. I love the colors. The metal box is last after this bag. It's sitting right here. I'm not letting you go till we look at it. Hi. Adeline's checking it out right now. She'll give you a report. I got this huge lace tablecloth. This is not high quality lace, but I love it to cover journals with, and this is a monster hunk of it here. Rose. Yeah. Vinny's digging out a hole. I have a bunch of vintage pink bed linens, you guys. I need to get them out and do something with them. But when I saw this pink sheet with the daisies, I had to add it to my pink collection. Yeah, Adeline likes it. So there's that. Then there were these two really fun aprons, kitchen aprons. Like I said, they're canvasy. They're nothing spectacular, but they're super fun. And you know, I have a thing for kitschy kitchen linens, and I have a whole stack that I need to process out, and these will be a great addition. The colors are 1970s, baby, screaming at us. Look at this beautiful yellow slip. This is just a lady's half slip. Great thing to search for when you're out. You like the pink sheet? I've got now, I think 4. Yeah, 4 pink sheets. We need to do something with them. But it has this beautiful yellow lace all along the bottom. I won't do anything with the nylon part. Okay, let me get the doilies dug out. Whew, so, and then we have doilies, of course. I'm just gonna kind of flip through them. You know I love them. Are they fun, Lori? Do you like it? I like them. I like that kitschy era. It doesn't have to be, you know, Victorian. All of my pink sheets are in like new condition too. One of them's in a package. Isn't that beautiful? You have to get out there. And these were new places. I got to go to new places I had not been before. So I found things I hadn't found. And sometimes the stores I hit all the time, I've already bought all the things I really like. But when I find a new store, this one has a thin pink edging to it. This one is like the pineapple stitch. Me too, Patsy. I love them. There's a pair of those. And then only one embroidered piece here in a tree skirt, table skirt. It has some holes in it. You know, that doesn't bother me. I like that. It looks like so much more now that I've opened all this up. And then I turned the corner and there was a spot that had some vintage women's clothing in it. Ay, ay, ay. And I got this. Guess what it is as I'm pulling it out of here. Oh, there's a doily hiding in the bottom. 2. Nope, 1 big one. That's really a pretty pattern. This is a vintage wedding gown. Now you guys know I didn't need wedding gowns, but but this is, let me see if I can find the pieces. Let me not get it in my coffee cup. This was the veil piece. So this hooked on, or it was a bustle. I think it may have been a bustle. Judy, you're right. So it says veil. So this would have clipped on, right? And it has this beautiful detail. And then it comes down here. It has this lace that runs the entirety of it. Let's see, it is, I'm 5 foot tall. This thing is 8 foot long if it's an inch. And so it has this. So this is one veil. This is the other one. Look at this. You guys have a veil like this? Anybody in here going to claim? Look at this. This is a short veil. I didn't have a fancy veil. I had a little tiny sprig. I don't even know how it was supposed to sit. Where does it sit? It would have sat back there, maybe? Anybody know? Or maybe it was a crown. There we go. Let's wear it like that. What do you think? Adeline, what do you think? You want to wear it? I don't know. You guys, I never wear silly stuff on camera. I won't even do costume events. Look at that. What are we going to do with this? Look at that. This is not how you wore it because it won't sit there, but I don't know how you wore it. So if any of you had a wedding veil like this, send me a picture of your wedding picture so we know how to do it, because it would have set back here along the back of my head, but I don't think that's right. Is that right? I don't know. I also found a tiara that was like 14 inches tall, and I almost had to buy that because, you know, if I were going to wear stuff like that, that would be it. Okay, and here is the wedding gown that goes with it. Look at this. Can you see it? Here's the sleeve detail. It comes down to the cuff. It has the same square lace across the bottom, and it has a series of clips. I really think that that other veil piece clipped onto here, and it was a bustle because it matches this gown. It's very square. She's okay, Vinny. Nobody cares. They all love her. So this, okay, it won't stay on my head, and I have a big head, so that is definitely not right. It had the 4 little hooks. This would have been the bustle to the back of this dress or the train, because there is a series of hooks past you. At least that's my thought. Grab it back in that bag. And so it has the beautiful square neckline. It has the detailing on the sleeves, has the big puffy sleeves. My wedding dress had the big puffy sleeves because I was married in the 80s. This is older than that. And then it has all of this bottom. Okay, there's no way I can adequately have you enjoy that. Okay, so this has a wire. I'm really confused now. I think it was too. It has this wire back here, which would have sat on the back of your head, right? Why won't that sit? So did it? I think it really did go around like this, which is just weird. Look at how weird that would be. But it would have kept it out of your way. Either way, it's fun. Okay, are you ready for the big thing? I know, I had so much fun. Your mind is going to Halloween costumes. You know I'm going to whack it up. If anybody's interested in a whole wedding gown, you got to send me a message. Otherwise, it will find my scissors. So if that's a set you're interested in, and somewhere in there that I didn't get separated out, there is a beautiful robe that would have been like the chemise cover for later on after the wedding. Oh, here it is. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. This was the prettiest. Pretty little robe. You're so ready. Look at this. And it's long, 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 long. So I would cut up my wedding dress in a minute if I could find it. When we moved here, it got packed away in something and I haven't found it. If I could find it, I would have cut it up. I have lots of scissors now, Lori. That's right. I can cut that thing up now. Okay. Now, the only way I can show you this box is I got to turn the camera because I can't turn the box. So let me see if I can get you. There's Vinny again and Adeline. He's running. Adeline loves to be on camera. So you can see here's the box. Let me move some stuff out of the way. Revamp. Building suspense. Any last minute guesses as to what it would be? It had this sign on it. Do not move or disorder contents. Does that help you? Does that give you a hint? basket down here because we need all the room we can get. This thing is something. Now, I will tell you, I was out with my friend Sharon, and we were shopping. Oh, look, there's my junk pile of lace that I use when I craft. There's my secretary desk where I usually film. I flopped that thing down. I didn't put my lace away last night. There it is. A chemistry set. That would be fun and funny because I am not a scientist. So this thing, this box here it is at least 2 foot long. It is over a foot tall. It has a handle right here. A dynamite box. Oh my gosh, Amanda, that would be almost comical if that was true. It is metal, and it opens this way. 3, 2, 1. This is the full-on sample box from Carpenter Papers. So up here is an index that lists every paper that the Carpenter Paper Company made in alphabetical order, numbered, and it coordinates with every sample thing that they made. I know, Deb. It has, each one is, this one doesn't have anything behind it. I'll pull it out. So it has all these chipboard dividers, and they all have the name of the paper behind them. And then it's gotten a little disorganized from being in the shop. But then in here is every sample book of every paper that they had. So this was their wood grain cover, white lined. And then in it is sample pieces of every one of that line of paper. This one is the envelopes. And it tells you every paper that you could get custom envelopes made out of. Then he's digging. He's a paper guy too. Here is the Buckeye cover with color finder. So everything is in these cool binders. I know, Patsy. And then when you open it up, here is little samples of this one and bigger samples of these. And look at the graphics on them. I know, right? That the paper company box actually had paper in it. And they're, like I said, they're totally out of order, and that has to be something somebody fixes. There is everyday compounds, and these are the inks that they had. Look at this. Do you guys love this as much as I do? Please, somebody tell me you love it. Send up a bunch of hearts if you love it. It'll make me feel better. Maxwell offset. So all of these little booklets with all of the paper samples. So it has all the beautiful cover. Oh, good. Thank you. Then, just because of what we love to do, there's all these ledger sets. You love it, Susan? So some of it is printed. This one is not. But these are the papers that they would print you lined ledgers on. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, that was the everyday compounds. It even has, like, this was their binder boards. These are heavy, heavy and thick. And see this? So we came around the corner. Oh, look at her. Sorry, see, I could get stuck in here all day. Look at her. This is Index Bristol. But look at her. Look at her. It is so cool. So we came around the corner, and this was actually in a booth that was full of old cameras. So when we saw the box, I never thought that it had anything in it but camera stuff, and I don't do cameras. That's one of the few things I can walk right by. And so here's the order book that the guy would have written out your orders if you bought the paper from him. It's brand new. No pages missing out of it. Carbon papers in there. There's tracing papers in here. There's all of the papers. There was onion skin papers in here. One book after another. So what's going to happen with this is I'm going to go through and pick out a few that I want to keep. Oh, Patsy, get over here. Get over here now and get busy, girl, because it's a job. It's all in order listed up here, and then it's all supposed to be in order in here. But, you know, it sat in a antique store, and people wanted to look through it. here's the wedding and commercial announcement sets. So this is going to be parted out. I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to pull myself out a few. I'm going to put it in bundles of 3 assorted things, and you guys will have a chance to share some of these great samples too. I cannot believe that we came across this, and I was able to make a bid on it, and it was accepted, and I walked around the store going, oh my gosh, did I buy that? Oh my gosh, I bought it. Yeah. So here it is. And now I own it. And now I'm going to share it with you because I can't own all of this. I cannot own all of this. But my friend Sharon that was with me, she said she thought it would just make incredible journals just like this. So this could be your cover. You would decorate it. And then you would have all of these pages that were already, these are all cut in an angle. And you would have just the coolest book out of these books. Okay, Patsy, I really messed it up now. It really needs to be organized. All right, that's my true confession. Good. Well, I'm going to have a few. I don't know if I'll get them done before tomorrow's sale. If not, there'll be a drop next week. Well, after I get the shipping done from tomorrow's sale. So, come see me and say hi. Still in her jammies. Here's Adeline. You say hi. Hey. Hi. So thank you for hanging out with me and listening to my true confessions. Thank you for putting up with all the trolls that bothered us today. Thank you for swatting them away. I appreciate it. Please ignore them. It's the best thing we can do is ignore them. When it quits working, they will quit it. And as long as it works, they will do that. I've had a blast shopping. So thank you guys. I will see you soon. I'd like to do a little crafting later since I'm here at the house. We'll see. But there's Adeline. You say bye-bye. You say bye-bye. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. See you later.